Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Ace Attorney Apollo Justice Trilogy. This is, of course, episode 18, I think. And this is the start of the Dual Destinies Let's Play, which is now the second game in the collection, which features Athena, the newest character to join the, I guess it's back to just being the Phoniex Wright company offices again. They're no longer a talent agency because Ace Attorney Phoniex Wright is back. He's returned. So that's cool. There we go. Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Return of Phoniex Wright. Actually, that's what I would have called this game, the Return of Phoniex Wright. But, there he is. And this game came out on Nintendo DS or 3DS, I think, many years ago. And it should be an anime. It has a lot of anime cutscenes in it. It's really cool. And this time around, there is a female attorney that is the lead of this, I believe the lead of this game. Or at least the lead of this first episode. They introduced Athena Sykes. Need context for what happened yesterday? There was an explosion in the courtroom. And Apollo Justice, who's older now, was severely injured to the point where he can't actually be in the courtroom today. He's got all bandages, his eyes all messed up, and Athena Sykes' friend from high school is put on trial for murder as like a mad bomber who does like cutesy stuffed animals or something along those lines. I believe that's what's going on. Apparently also you have the ability to change costumes for the characters. So you have Phoenix nostalgic sweater. You have his default look. You've got his old school suit, which I don't really see a difference. It looks mostly the same. That's his, and this is OG. You have Apollo Justice street clothes. You've got her high school uniform, and then his default. So, yep. Alrighty, let's do this. We are on Turnabout Countdown. Day 1, the trial begins. So let's do this. I think it's the white. It's the white, yeah. It's the white. Alright, let's go. Okay, your first like goal, guys, is 100 likes. Let's try to get those likes up if we haven't already. And Ace Attorney is back with Phoniex Wright. Sorry it took me so long to get here, Athena. Apollo explained the whole thing over to me on the phone. He asked me to come help you out in his place.
Thanks for coming. I hate to admit it, but I was having a real rough time on my own.
Oh, I don't know. I think you were doing just fine, all things considered. And you hung in there, giving me enough time to get here. Now, let's turn things around.
You got it, boss.
Oh, look who showed up out of the blue. If it isn't Mr. Phoniex Wright, you always manage to surprise me. Your Honor, Mr. Payne has called for an early ruling, but I believe there are still many things that need to be deliberated. How did Miss Wood's fingerprints wind up on the stuffed animal's tail? How was the bomb even detonated? Until these questions are answered, I assert it's impossible for a fair ruling to be made. You're absolutely right, Mr. Phoniex Wright. Alright then. Let us continue from where we left off. I assume you have no objections, Mr. Payne? Not at all, Your Honor. Miss Woods really looks like she's having a hard time.
Junie's really struggling, Mr. Wright. I get the sense she's afraid of the courtroom itself.
Because of yesterday?
Yeah, it was understandably very traumatic for her.
Poor thing. And here she is back at the courthouse again, being so brave. I'd like to make a request, Your Honor. If at all possible, I'd like to have Miss Woods rest in the lobby. Given the defendant's condition, very well, I grant special permission.
You go get some rest, Junie, and leave the rest to us. Oh, okay. Thank you. Sorry about this.
I've never seen them let a defendant, like, come down from the stand when they don't feel well. Okay. Phoenix Wright. I've been looking forward to meeting you again. It's been a while, Mr. Payne. You're more clueless than I'd heard. I do believe you mean, how do you do? For I am Gaspin Payne. I am the younger brother of your long-standing rival, Winston Payne. Nani? Long-standing rival? When were we rivals, let alone long-standing?
Winston Payne.
You'll see, Mr. Wright. I will cleanse Winston of the disgrace he met at your hands. Looks like this royal pain is going to be thoroughly unpleasant as the other. Your Honor, the prosecution would like you now to call a decisive witness to the stand. This witness will testify as to how the accused detonated the bomb in the courtroom. You're really his younger brother? You look exactly the same. Anyway, please call your witness, Mr. Payne. Must be the genes of the family. It's the dude who set off the bomb, the police officer, from the cutscene. Okay, new witness. Turnabout countdown. Athena.
Yeah, and great job, you guys and girls, for getting the likes to 44 likes before we even started, before 4:30 came. You guys were amazing on that. Thank you guys so much for your help.
Yeah, you guys did great. Alright.
I don't think they set the bomb off on purpose. I think he was trying to, like, disarm it and it went off, maybe?
You think the dude set... I think he set it off. He looked evil.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ace Attorney Phoenix. Phoenix is back. And this is witness testimony. We'll say 7 minutes. And
yeah, we already talked about it yesterday, but yeah, it's okay. The scenes aren't that bad. I mean, they have it, like we already said yesterday, the game has blood in it, but I don't really think it should have been rated M because it doesn't really have that. It's not really that graphic.
Could be worse.
It doesn't have bad language and anything really bad in it.
Alright, let's go. Whoops! I don't... Witness, your name and occupation, please. Witness. Name, Ted Tonate. Ted Tonate. Occupation, disposal specialist. Why, what a strange robotic voice you have. Speech synthesis via typing. It is the same as me typing. Okay.
He sounds exactly like a robot!
Can't you speak in a normal manner? I can. He can? But I do not like to speak. Speaking is insufficient. Energy expenditure, speaking, typing. Understand? What an odd witness. They really allow you to work in the police office? Mr. Tonate was in charge of the bomb for the trial that was where it went off. Being a bomb squad specialist, do you have any relation to the victim? Negative. First met girl while on this job. Many people are employed by the police. I know only a fraction of them. However, I was shocked when I first discovered the body of the victim. Shocked? Yes. I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. I went there to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body. So he was the first to discover the dead body, was he? He was here to testify about the circumstances surrounding the moment of the explosion! Very well. The court will hear Mr. Tonate's testimony. But at the very least, show this court some respect and remove the face guard, witness.
Yeah. Oh.
Creepy.
Eyes.
Can we put it back on?
Gross.
When the bomb went off. The bomb was originally disarmed by me when transported here as evidence. Bomb name HH-3000, operated by timer or with a remote. I was watching from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed. I saw that the bomb timer was counting down. Okay, that's his entire testimony. So even though the bomb was supposed to be disarmed, it somehow got switched on? Precisely. Activating the timer is very simple. I connect wires, switch on timer. A monkey could do it. I'm sure even you would be able to, Mr. Wright.
Ah, I guess this makes you the blue monkey in this barrel of fun, boss.
I would now like to begin my cross-examination, Mr. Tonate, what is that? H3000, aka a bomb. A bomb?! Great googly moogly! Yeah! Mr. Tonate, I demand you disarm the Disassembly complete. 5.3 seconds. 0.2 seconds short of my personal best. Are you trying to give me a heart attack? I'm not exactly a spring chicken, you know. This is an exact replica of HH3000. It is used to practice disarming bombs. Disarm equals success, explosion equal failure. An exact replica of the bomb that exploded, is it? So that's what it looked like. I submitted a photograph of the real bomb taken just before the trial.
Oh, wow.
Dimensions 10HX10. Width X10D. Weight 12 pounds. A perfect replication. The bomb does appear to be a very good copy indeed. Yes, however, I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. It was very puzzling, wiring setup. It is regrettable I could not replicate it. Witness, that's enough. There's no need to replicate anything here. H3000, updated in the court record. Now if the defense would begin their cross-examination. Where was Miss Sykes gone to? Athena, you can come out now.
Okay, Mr. Wright, let's get to work.
She was hiding from the bomb. I guess you were pretty scared, huh?
Well, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
She was about to bolt. Oh, she was about to bolt.
Hey, put a socket in, widget.
As transparent as ever.
Now, let's see, where were we?
You were at the cross-examination.
Oh, right, a cross-examination, of course.
She seems disoriented. I wonder if she's alright. Maybe I should ask Athena if she remembers how to cross-examine to help her focus.
Alright, we got a highlighted message and 2 super chats.
Wow, thank you very much. How to cross-examine.
Alright, thank you so much, Justo Kenobi. I don't know why. I think it duplicated your super chat. I don't know why it did it, but, I don't know. Maybe that YouTube can fix that. I don't know. But, thank you so much, William, for being a member for 8 months. Oh, looks like it's fine now. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. Okay, thank you, William. Says, sorry I was late. I was playing a new game they just announced today. Netflix in Zen Pinball Master. Member for 8 months. Thank you, William. You're breathtaking. Thank you so much for being a member for 8 months. And Justo Kenobi says, probably gonna have to miss a few streams starting next week due to work. Sorry in advance. And for some reason, it literally did the same super chat again. Another $5 one for the exact same thing. So I don't know. Hopefully YouTube can fix that. But thank you so much, Justo Kenobi. You're breathtaking. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much, Justo. Alright.
Okay, here we go. Yep, thanks for the highlighted message, William, and thank you so much for the super chats, Justo. Really appreciate that.
Athena, do you remember how to conduct a cross-examination, right?
What? Of course I do. What kind of lawyer would I be if I didn't?
Now, don't get so upset. But what do you say to humoring me with a little review?
You got it. Basically, we examine a witness's testimony and compare it against the court record, searching carefully for any inconsistencies. This green text represents a witness's testimony. We can use L to advance to the next statement of their testimony, and L to the left to go back to their previous testimony. Paying close attention to the testimony, we should keep our ear out for anything strange, and be prepared to present with R1 our case via the court record. The court record contains information on all the evidence we have at our disposal. We can use it to look for facts that conflict with the witness what they have said, and present with triangle any counter evidence we find to refute their statements.
And what if nothing conflicts with the witness's testimony?
Well, that's when we press with L1 the witness for more information, and find any inconsistencies or lies in the testimony and reveal them to the court. That's what cross-examination is all about.
Looks like you remembered it just as I taught it. And it was a nice refresher course for me, too.
If you can't find any contradictions, and you flub up too often, don't be afraid to ask me for help, Phoenix. Press triangle when the option to consult with me appears.
Oh, there's a consult option. Okay.
I'll let you know where I think the suspicious statement is.
Sounds good. I'll be counting on you if I get in a bind. Alright, it's cross-examination time. Oh, I thought she was going to be the lead on this.
I know.
Okay, so she's a sidekick now. So Phoenix is back. Okay. When the bomb went off. Alright. This is 16 minutes.
It was a dark and stormy night.
When bomb went off. What?
I said it was a dark and stormy night.
Okay. Alright, Phoenix Wright. Let's do this. Ow, my neck. The bomb was originally...
Hold it!
You say that you disarmed the bomb, but are you really sure it was disarmed? Absolutely, I can disarm anything. In a flash. That looks more like dismantle than disarm to me. Oh, pardon me. Well, let's see. If there's any chance you could have forgotten to disarm the bomb? Impossible. I do not make rudimentary mistakes like that. They say it's, to err is human. Although the jury is still out on this guy. You must know, Wright, according to our court's own records, the fact that the bomb has indeed been disarmed was officially confirmed. I guess I can rule out the possibility that he forgot to disarm it. Could you talk about the bomb in a little more detail for the court, Mr. Tonate? Certainly.
Why, if he can talk, why would he use that thing?
They're just being weird.
Hold it!
It's just, yeah. What was the approximate size and weight of the bomb? Dimensions: 10H, X10W, X10D, weight 12 pounds. This information is also written on the photograph. Ah yes, here it is on the back of this cute stuffed animal. According to this, the case is made out of alloy plating 5/16 of an inch thick. It certainly sounds like one thick and very heavy bit of metal.
I bet if I dropped that thing on your foot, you'd be hopping.
If you dropped that thing anywhere, I'd be hopping for the nearest exit. Very well, I believe the court has heard enough about the bomb itself. So, Mr. Tonate, you were keeping an eye on the bomb. Where were you watching from? I was watching from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed. I saw that the bomb's timer was counting down.
So you're trying to find testimony that conflicts with the evidence, right?
That's right. Listening carefully to Mr. Tonate's testimony is just the first step. After that, it's a matter of taking a look at an evidence that seems relevant.
Remember that you'll open the court record when you go to present with R1 something. If you find evidence that conflicts with the testimony, press triangle on it. Let's see. This testimony is about when the bomb went off, Phoenix. So I think the state it was in at the time would be pretty important.
A bomb that didn't look like a bomb because it was inside a stuffed animal.
Well, yeah, because how could he see what the timer... So the timer was going down, how could he see that? Because it's in the stuffed animal. He wouldn't be able to see it.
I was watching from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed. I saw that the bomb timer was counting down. Okay. So you want to present the stuffed animal because you couldn't see. Okay.
Yeah, like the stuffed animal. On that one where he says, I saw it was counting down. That's what I would do.
Oh, wow. They don't really give us that many things.
We only have 3 things in our attorney's badge.
Well, I mean, this is the, what do you call it?
Like the intro case?
Yeah, this is the introduction case, exactly. Yeah. Alright. Your next like goal, guys, is 100 likes. Good job.
I miss Maya so much.
Maya will be back in the game. I don't know if she comes in this one, but there's another game.
I wonder what Maya looks like when she's kind of older. That will be interesting.
Yeah, they're all... Phoenix is in his 30s now, so... present... Oops. Present... stuffed animal.
Great job on the likes, everyone. You guys are doing fantastic.
You guys are doing great. Alright, here we go.
Objection!
So you say you saw the bomb's countdown. Is that right? Of course, I clearly saw it counting down to 0. And I say that you clearly are lying. What are you talking about? There's no way you could have seen the bomb's timer. After all, the bomb was concealed inside a stuffed animal. Mr. Tonate, how can you claim to know the bomb was about to go off when you couldn't even see the timer?
Ooh!
Yep. What? No! This doesn't seem like a glaring inconsistency indeed. Witness, how do you explain this? Well,
Oh, that was great, Mr. Wright!
Haha!
You found a contradiction right off the bat!
Always remember, Athena, when you find an inconsistency in a witness's testimony, there's always a reason behind it. It could be a lie, a hidden meaning, a secret. Whatever it is, it's up to us to dig it out.
And pointing out every contradiction we find is the best way to do it, right, boss?
Now the question is, what can we dig out of Mr. Tony? Well, let me see. No, there must be some mistake. Oh yes, of course, I remember now. The sound I knew because of the sound. The sound? What sound? When the timer of this type of bomb is switched on, it beeps softly. Beep, beep, beep. It's the sound of the bomb counting down. A beeping noise, you say? Kind of like my alarm clock. I suppose it would be possible to notice that even with the bomb inside that stuffed animal, I simply made a mistake. My bad.
Objection!
How in the world did you hear such a tiny little sound all the way from the gallery? Listening for the sound of bomb's timer is an integral part of my work. I constantly undergo training so that I will never miss it. I hardly think training would help you hear something so soft from so far away. What now? Are you making light of the fine science of disarming bombs? It is a solemn mission that I put my life on the line to perform. What kind of specialist would I be if I could not hear a bomb's timer? It is not like disarming a It's not like
Disassembling.
Not like disassembling a toaster, you know. Now he's just showing off.
Huh. He can...
You keep asserting that the sound was too tiny to hear, but the only tiny thing here is your skill as a lawyer. Being mistrustful is not an attractive quality, you know.
Oh.
And you're just overflowing with attractive qualities yourself, are you?
Wow.
Or perhaps are you having some proof that Mr. Tonate did not hear the bomb? Well, no, but it still seems totally suspect. But it's gonna be really hard to prove that he didn't hear something. If I have this correct, the prosecution's argument is that someone reactivated the bomb before it was brought into the courtroom. What I don't understand, Mr. Payne, is why you believe that person to be Miss Woods. It's very simple, Your Honor. Mr. Tonate happened to be there when it happened. Twirling my hair, he was there when the defendant rearmed the bomb. What is now? It happened before the trial started. It was when Detective Arm and I were transporting the bomb. Is that her name, Arme or Arm? We brought the bomb to the lobby for defense. Bomb equal evidence. Lawyer wanted to see it before the start of the trial. Looking for a chance to get at the bomb, Miss Woods was already in the lobby. Her goal was surely to rearm the bomb and steal the remote switch. The remote switch, huh? Yes, the switch that controls the bomb remotely. Duh. It has been missing ever since the incident. Missing remote switch added to the court record. I'm partially to blame. I left the bomb and remote on top of the transport case, and they were rearmed and stolen while I was talking with the lawyer. The defendant then used a remote from inside the courtroom to start the timer!
Objection!
Hold on a second. How can you assert so equivocally that the bomb was rearmed in the lobby?
Objection!
The bomb was safely secured in the transport case. The only time it was outside the case was in the lobby. Therefore, that was the one and only opportunity anyone had to meddle with it. Someone other than Mr. Tonate could have opened the case and taken the bomb out. Impossible. The transport case is assigned exclusively to me. Do you see this number here? That is my identification number. And I have the only key that can open the case. Bomb transportation case added to the court record. Nevertheless, Mr. Payne's assertion is nothing more than conjecture. You have no proof that it was Miss Woods who stole the remote control. And by the same token, you have no proof that it wasn't her, you blue-faced boob. What I do have is a piece of evidence that proves the defendant handled the bomb. Oh, that tail! 5 minutes, 24 seconds, 2.3,
Deciseconds?
deciseconds. I don't think I've ever heard of a deciseconds. Okay.
I think that they have that in astronomy, they talk about that.
I didn't take astronomy. The defense's advantage lasted a mere 5 minutes. Irk! Talk about a rotten hand. As long as they have their fingerprints as their trump card, I'm at a big disadvantage. It appears we will now have to hear from the defendant herself once more. I wholeheartedly agree, Your Honor. I would like to recall Miss Woods to the stand. I trust you have no objections, Mr. Wright. She had plenty of time to rest in the lobby. I'm worried about her condition, but we do need her testimony. On the other hand, I'm not sure I want to make Athena mad.
I can read your feelings, you know, boss.
Huh? I guess there's no hiding from her, huh?
Don't worry. I know we need her testimony, but if anybody picks on her again, they'll pay.
I guess she's already at anger level 1.
I'll stop the proceedings before I let anything bad happen to her.
Alright. The defense has no objection, Your Honor. In that case, I will take my leave. But before I do, there is just one more thing, Mr. Wright. Is it? Me? Yeah. Dismantling bombs is my job. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try. This guy is hiding something. I just know it. Now, if you'll excuse me. Bailiff, please go out to the lobby and bring back the defendant. All right. Defendant returns. Miss Woods returns. Okay.
You like Athena? How she likes to protect her friends, just like you, Gio. That's really nice.
Yeah, she's a very nice girl. Okay, here we go. Miss Woods returns. Name's Junie.
Junie. Hi, Athena.
She looks even worse off than before.
Don't worry, Junie. We're here for you. Thanks, Athena. And I'll do my best, too.
You blew up the courtroom because you bear resentment against the courts, yes?
Well, no, of course not.
What's that you say? I can barely hear you.
I haven't done anything wrong. This prosecutor is scary.
Objection!
What an impudent little girl. Stop acting so innocent and tell the truth. This is getting ugly. You rearmed the bomb because you wanted to blow up the courthouse. Admit it. That's why you went to the lobby where Mr. Justice was, isn't it right?
Mr. Wright, can I go give that prosecutor a smack?
What? Of course not. Do you have to review Courtroom Manners 101 again?
We can't let a creep that bullies innocent little girls like this off so easily.
Little? I'm pretty sure she's a teenager. I haven't forgot about how he treated you.
Don't worry about me. Just help Junie. Her heart's crying out. She's so scared. So very scared.
Looks like Athena's picking something up with her heightened sense of hearing. And it sounds like this is the time it's the voice of Miss Wood's heart. Don't deny it. You stole the remote switch and used it in the courtroom, didn't you?
Objection!
Your Honor, please put a stop to this. Mr. Payne is badgering the defendant.
Yes, Miss Woods does seem quite frightened. Mr. Payne, I ask that you behave more like a gentleman. Yeah, but don't you know, Your Honor? There is no more gentleman in this world than I.
Ugh, as if a gentleman or even a gentleman would behave like he does. Don't let that rude ruffian win. Athena!
How dare you call a gentleman such as I a rude ruffian? I'll have you know I attend manners class every Saturday. I'm more than just a gentleman. I'm a genteel man. A mother-father gentleman.
Not when you're terrorizing a young lady. You're not.
Did no one get the reference?
I demand my money back from that manners class if I were you.
I should probably be the adult here and stop the two of them, but it's rather entertaining. Mr. Payne, you will stop using references for old songs. That'll be enough. Certainly, Your Honor. Now it's stuck in my head. No further questions. Let's move on to the defendant's testimony. Miss Woods, please share with the court that you were doing when the bomb went off. Okay, so we have when the bomb went off. 34. When bomb went off. Miss Woods return. Okay.
So Athena can pick up on people's emotions.
Yeah.
Or hear stuff that other people can't.
Supposedly, yeah.
Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off. And rubble started falling. It fell on top of me. Junie's clearly in pain, being forced to recall the bombing like this. She can't even get her words out.
This isn't gonna work, so what now? Hey, wait a minute. Even if she can't vocalize what she means to say, we can listen to what's inside of her heart. Yes, that's now the perfect time to use Athena's power. You can hear it, can't you, Athena? The cries of Miss Wood's heart.
Yes, and they sound incredibly strained. She's so scared, I think she could collapse at any second.
Athena has a unique ability, you see. With her fine-tuned sense of hearing, she can hear the words of a witness's heart. In essence, she can sense how a person is really feeling from the tone of their voice. Guessing it's all up to Athena and her special ability now. Athena, I want you to use your analytical, psychological thing you studied. And listen to the testimony of Miss Wood's heart.
Okay, boss. I'll give it a go. After all this is the whole reason I put on all that effort into studying analytical psychology. Auf geht's! Let's do this!
Is she German?
I think they're just using German phrases again.
Okay.
I think it's just cool to use German phrases in certain countries.
So your holograph thingamabob thing can show how Miss Woods is feeling, right?
In a nutshell, yes. The emotions and images that I picked up on just now while listening to her testimony, I can enter all of that into Widget and use the mood matrix to analyze them.
Interesting.
I mean, is this legal in court?
I don't know.
These mood markers here reflect fluctuations in Junie's emotions. When she feels happy or is enjoying the memory, the happy marker will light up.
Interesting.
When she feels angry or frustrated, the angry marker will react. When she feels sadness or is frightened by the memory, the sad marker will blink. And when she feels surprised or confused, the surprise marker will let us know.
So with your special ability in widgets, So with your special ability in widgets, it's that's hard to go from widget to mood. Okay. So with your special ability in widgets, it's widgets. So with your special ability and widgets mood matrix program, we can track down Mrs. Wood's feeling as she testifies. Talk about wonders of technology.
Yep. Now let's give it a shot. No problem, Phoenix. I'm picking up on some kind of discord or noise in Junie's heart.
Noise level.
See here? This is what the noise looks like in the mood matrix, Phoenix. It's a result of inconsistencies between her testimony and her feelings. If we can pinpoint these inconsistencies, the noise level should drop.
All right, it's time to listen to Miss Wood's true testimony. Loading program. Widget online.
Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off.
There's an emotion there.
And rubble started falling. It fell on top of me.
Okay, so...
Why does it say happy and surprised at the same time there? That doesn't seem normal.
That seems weird, yeah.
Why would you be happy that the stuff was falling on you?
Maybe she didn't want to attend class that day. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, I have an excuse not to do my pop quiz. I think I have a good grasp on Junie's emotional state now.
Ah, this power of Athena's is incredible.
And I'm seeing an unexpected emotion that's inconsistent with the content of her testimony.
What? Already?
The happiness one doesn't matter.
Yeah, the two emotions at once, yeah.
It fell on top of me. Look at this. When she says it fell on top of me, the happy marker is reacting.
One sec. Well, look at that. That is odd.
There must be a reason for this contradictory emotion. We just need to do some digging, Phoenix. When you find an unexpected emotion, you'll first need to pinpoint L1 it.
Pinpoint L1 it? Okay.
and then select the unexpected emotion or reaction from the 4 mood markers with X.
Alright. Hey guys, we're almost 40 minutes into the stream. You guys are almost at 120 likes. Keep going. You're doing fantastic. Thank you, everybody. Ow, my neck.
It fell on top of me!
Okay, so she has 2 emotions going on. Okay, which one do I present?
The happiness one is unexpected.
Okay, pinpoint. I don't know if I did it correct or not. Widget is registering joy when Miss Woods recalls rubble falling on her. There must be a reason for this unexpected emotion. Miss Woods, as the rubble was falling, there was also something that made you feel happy?
What?
Yeah, I would be very confused by this too.
Mr. Wright, the feeling of happiness is spreading throughout Junie's heart. Keep going on this point, and I bet Junie will start to calm down.
Great. Let's hear what she has to say.
Just as I was about to escape the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was so startled. I tripped. And then rubble started falling on top of me. I really thought I was done for.
That made her happy?
But just then...
Okay, that's different.
Apollo came and rescued me.
She has a crush on Apollo. That's why.
Apollo? He used his own body to shield me from the rubble.
Yeah, it's very obvious. So, that's when he sustained those injuries.
How do you feel, Junie? Did talking about Apollo give you some courage? Yes, Apollo is just like the sun, strong and bright and warm. Just talking about it makes me feel like a leaf undergoing photosynthesis. I see. And your coughing stopped all of a sudden. Oh, you're right. Thank you, Athena.
Noise level 50%. Looks like we were able to draw out some new testimony.
Haha, pretty neat, huh?
Actually, yeah, it kind of is.
But there's still some noise left, Phoniex, meaning there must still be some discord in Junie's heart.
I guess we'll have to keep going then.
Let me input this new information and update the mood matrix, and we'll see. You remember what to do, right, Phoniex?
When I find an unexpected emotion, I should first pinpoint with L1, right?
That's right. And then you select it from the mood markers with X. If we can find the reason for the discord in her heart, then we should be able to draw even more new testimony out.
This mood matrix thing is kind of weird.
I tried to run, but I was too slow.
Mood matrix. Good job, guys. Your next like goal is 140. You're doing fantastic, everybody. Great job. Mood matrix. Mood matrix. Alright. Whoops. Let's go. Alright, let's continue.
Wow, that was pretty brave of Apollo.
Yeah,
That's why he looked so cool in that cutscene.
Yeah, he did look pretty cool in that cutscene.
Very heroic.
There's the blast.
Before I could get away, the bomb went off. I was so startled I tripped. Then rubble started falling on me. I thought I was done for. But then Apollo came and rescued me. Oh, it's happy, sad, and surprised. Well,
Okay.
I mean, it would make sense she was... I don't know.
It's actually pretty easy to pinpoint this. When we view your emotions alongside your testimony, we find the unexpected emotion... Wait a minute. There really isn't anything strange here.
I don't know, but I think maybe we made a mistake, Mr. Wright.
What?
But there was 3 stuff.
I think maybe you're right.
Let's take another look. There must be an unexpected emotion here somewhere.
But there were like 3 emotions there.
Which one do you think is the right...
How do I pinpoint the emotion,
I don't know.
though?
I don't actually know. Press L1 to pinpoint? Now, what do you move it? Oh, there, you're on sadness now. We could try... I don't know. I mean, it makes sense she would be surprised and happy. Why would she be sad that Apollo saved her? I don't
Think
know.
she'd be sad? Okay.
No, that's the one that doesn't fit.
Alright. You were happy when Mr. Justice rescued you, were you not?
Yes, I was really happy.
Okay. But what was also something you felt sad about at the same time?
Sad?
The reason I ask is... Well, when you were describing how you were rescued, we sensed a little sadness, too.
Oh! I think it's probably because of Bumrap Riney.
Bumrap Riney. Well, what do you know? Something new.
That's right. I brought my stuffed animal, Bumrap Riney, to watch the trial with me. Bumrap Riney and Phony Fancy are brothers.
Who knew that the legal world could inspire a whole line of merchandise?
I had Bumrap Riney with me while I was watching the trial. But it wasn't until Apollo saved me that I realized I'd lost him as I was running away. Poor Riney, a victim of that terrible bomb. Oh, I know. You can see what he looks like in this poster. It's for the campaign to eradicate fake evidence and false charges.
Oh, look at that. That's Phoenix Wright.
I think that's supposed to be Phoenix Wright.
Phony Fanty and Bum Rap Riney, huh?
Hmm.
So the Bum Rap is supposed to be the judge? Nothing against the campaign, but why an elephant and a rhinoceros?
Mr. Wright, I don't sense any discord in Junie's heart anymore.
Noise level 0.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So I guess that means we managed to draw out all her testimony then.
That's right. I'll just make an update with the new info and we'll have the whole picture. So do you think her new testimony will help, Mr. Wright?
Absolutely. I don't know what I would have done without you, Athena. Good job. So Bum Rap Riney was in that courtroom when the bomb went off. Now that we know, that changes the meaning of what other piece of evidence. All I have to do is present it. And at the right statement. Present the other stuffed animal?
Well, we had a stuffed animal tail in evidence.
So this is how the new testimonies work now? It looks like this.
I don't know. I was watching from the gallery with Bumrap Riney. I tried to run, but I was too slow.
You have to present evidence at this? This is weird. Alright. New testimony. Okay, mood matrix. 48 minutes, new testimony.
See. Oh, we're supposed to only be presenting? We can't press anything?
We can only present now, yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually, I'm thinking there is something we could get out of this. The fact that there's two animals now, we know something interesting. Remember, Mr. Payne was saying that the fingerprints of hers were on the tail to the murder animal.
And that would be because she brought it to the courtroom. It's her stuffed animal.
So actually, or it could be that the tails look or similar looking. That might have not even been...
So what you're saying is you want to present a tail.
Yeah, I think we should try presenting the tail.
Okay.
On the thing where she talked about her stuffed animal and see what happens. Yeah, because look at the other stuffed animal, Luke. That other stuffed animal has a tail already.
True.
So I think we should present the tail.
So this is all that's left of Phony Fanty.
No, honey, that is hers.
Oh, that's Riney.
Well, actually, I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I think that's Riney. I don't know.
All right, Miss Woods. I know this trial's been very hard for you, but you can relax now. You are, without a doubt, innocent. Mr. Wright, what wild assertion are you making now? My wild assertion is simply this. The two stuffed animals were mixed up. The tail the defendant's fingerprints were found on wasn't that of Phony Fanty. It was the tail of her gallery companion, Bum Rap Riney. What? What nonsense is that? I can see they're both stuffed animals, yes, but they're completely different characters. An elephant and a rhino? They're as distinct as a defense lawyer and a prosecutor. But are they really so different? Both defense and prosecutors strive to protect the peace through law.
Even elephants and rhinos have similar characteristics. They're both gray, for example.
Anyway, this poster is all I need to prove my assertion to be true. If I may direct the court's attention here, you'll clearly see how the two got mixed up. They both have the same tail.
Yeah, the tail.
Take that!
Well, would you look at that? The two tails are exactly the same.
Whoa.
Yes, exactly, Your Honor. The two stuffed animals are based on entirely different animals, but the design of their tails is exactly the same.
Oh!
Order! I will have order in my court. As long as the possibility exists that the tail belongs to Bum Rap Riney, we can no longer consider this to be decisive proof that the defendant handled the bomb. As things stand, I consider the charges against the accused unsustained. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Payne? Yes, of course, Your Honor.
Oh, that was great, Mr. Wright! You turned things right around!
I missed that saying. We didn't hear that in the Apollo Justice game. Because that's Phoenix Wright's line. Time to turn things around.
Oh, yeah.
It's not over yet, but at least we managed to hold out this long. I believe that brings our proceedings for today to a close. Mr. Payne, I'm afraid you have some serious investigating ahead of you. Yes, Your Honor, a little tongue-tied there. Very well. I'll let us reconvene tomorrow. Court is adjourned.
Ooh, great job, Apollo. Darn it, Phoenix! Great job, Phoenix! Oh my gosh, I've been playing so much Apollo.
Yep, Apollo. All right, December 17th, 11:56 a.m. District Courtroom, Defendant Lobby, number 5. All right, back to Defendant Lobby.
Wow, we won our first case already. That was so quick.
No, we have to do investigating now, honey. It's not
over
yet.
What?
Yep.
Don't we just go on to the next case?
No.
I'm just gonna see if my tea is done. I don't know. Am I allowed? I'm gonna go check it real quick. See if it's still.
Alright, guys and gals, let's keep those likes up if you haven't already. We're about 50 minutes in with 126 likes. You guys are doing pretty good. So keep it up, everybody. Really appreciate that. And we're... Yep. And Athena's back.
I'm here.
Good job, little one.
That was so exciting, boss! We did it! True to form, you managed to just barely pull it off at the very last moment.
True to form? Gee, I never knew you had such glowing opinion of me.
Thank you for everything you're doing.
You did great, Miss Woods. You really stuck it out.
And you got really brave at the end, just when we needed you the most, Junie. Thanks to you, we were able to turn things around. Well, you were the one who gave me that courage, Athena. Really? Thanks. So, be honest, was I any help at all?
Of course. Without you, we would have never gotten out of that tight spot.
That's good to hear. I may still have a lot to learn, but you can bet I'm gonna give it my all. I'll be so good that one day you'll call me your partner.
That's what I like to hear. Analytically, psychology, huh? The ability to solve the riddles of a person's heart. Athena's true potential is beginning to really shine through now.
Hey, where's Apollo anyway?
Huh? Good question. I almost forgot about him. I assume he'd still be here in the lobby.
Oh, I know. Maybe he's still in courtroom number 4.
Courtroom number 4? What would he be doing at the scene of the explosion?
When I came out to the lobby to rest, I told Apollo about Bum Rap Riney. I told him I dropped Riney in the courtroom, and I was trying to escape before the blast. And then Apollo said he had an idea where Riney might be, so we went to go take a look together. Oh, I guess Apollo can be pretty nice when he wants to be.
So you went looking for Riney together before you were called back into the courtroom number 5?
Yes, I had some time to rest, so I was able to go and look for him. But then they called me into the courtroom number 5 to testify. Apollo insisted on staying there, though. With all those injuries, I wonder how he's managing. I think Apollo might have figured something out.
I wonder what it was.
He told me I'm good to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper.
Just maybe we found some new evidence of the... Oh, wow. Just maybe we found some new piece of evidence.
Anyway, we'd better go and get him.
Good idea. So Apollo will be in the courtroom. December 17th, 12:11 p.m. District Court. Courtroom number 4. The OG courtroom. Oh, cutscene.
Where are you, Apollo? Trial's over for today. Come on, I know you're... No.
To be continued. That was interesting. There was an anime. Wow.
What happened to Apollo?
I don't think he's dead. Or, I don't think he's dead. I think he's just unconscious. They wouldn't kill him off. I don't think. Although, I mean, it didn't take much to kill Ace Attorney's, like, mentor in the first game.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm sure he's fine. Alright. At least I hope so. December 18th, 9:34 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby, number 5. This isn't exactly how I envisioned the second day of this trial to start. But given how things ended yesterday... Good morning. The mood sure is tense. Not that that's any surprise.
Oh, hey! Did you read the paper this morning, boss?
Huh? The paper that came out of left field?
You didn't read it? Then you don't know the big news. Somebody spotted an abominable snowman way up in the mountains.
Tell me you know the difference between a paper and a tabloid, Athena?
It might show up in the forest where you live, Junie. So you better watch out, okay?
That was random.
Okay.
We're not going to talk about what happened yesterday?
You really should read the story for yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice. Justice. Huh? Oh, poor Apollo. It's all my fault. Oh, Athena. Oh, Junie, what was I thinking? I'm sorry. You were thinking.
What we found yesterday was not Apollo's dead body, thank goodness. He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow to the head and was lying unconscious. We rushed him to the hospital right away, and it looks like he's going to pull through fine. Whew. But I was still quite a shock to stumble onto that scene.
And now they tell us he's alive.
Thank you. Is Miss Woods all right, Athena?
Well, I managed to get her to stop crying. but she's resting on that sofa over there.
I guess she really feels responsible for what happened to Apollo. No, she likes him, you goof.
Poor Junie. She believes that the reason Apollo was attacked is because he was helping her look for something in the courtroom.
Oh, I guess I can see why she'd think that. By the way, how are you doing?
Who, me?
Yeah, you know. You're concerned about Miss Woods, but are you alright?
Me? I'm doing just fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock, but I'm alright. People who've studied analytical psychology are great at times like these. After all, they've learned how to control their own emotions, too.
Okay, that makes sense. Somehow, I don't think it's as easy as she makes it sound, but there's no denying she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing, does he?
Yeah, he can't recall anything from the time right before he was assaulted. Nothing about what he was doing in courtroom number 4 or who assaulted him. The doctor said it's probably due to that hit he took to the head.
Assaulted in the court of law and losing your memory at that. I know how that feels.
But who in the world would do such a thing, huh, Mr. Wright? Just wait till I get my hands on the coward who hurt our Apollo!
Now, Athena, I thought you'd say you were in control of your emotions.
Yeah.
Let's just focus on helping Miss Woods today, okay? But I admit, I'm just as upset as you are.
Okay, boss. You're right. Apollo's assailant can wait until after we clear Junie's name.
That's the spirit. Now, let's see. I'd better check the court record once more before the trial begins. Okay, so the only things we have is the bomb, the stuffed animal, the phony fanty tail, the remote, the bomb transport case. We've got the autopsy of the detective. Cause of death, trauma to the back of the head caused by impact with a flat object. Time of death, between 8 and 11 a.m. So someone hit her with a rock, would be my guess. Same assailant, same thing, but Apollo survived. That's my reasoning.
Oh, somebody hit Junie with a rock, you think? Or...
No, I think Apollo got hit with a rock.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got confused.
That's okay. Defendant Lobby. Apollo is alive. Call that the time code. Okay.
Well, I guess we know what we have in the court record. I kind of paid attention.
That's okay.
Earth to Mr. Wright. I'm ready whenever you are.
Huh? Oh yeah, alright. Let's get ready to rumble.
You bet.
The cutscenes make it really interesting, doesn't it? Makes it more engaging. I don't really remember that. I thought there was only... When I played it, I think this game was on 3DS. But I only remember like a handful of cutscenes. I didn't actually finish the whole game, though. It was interesting, and I found Athena's character... I missed Maya, and I was so used to Trucy, so...
Yeah.
Kinda, you know.
Maya and Trucy are a little bit similar.
But I still have the original Dual Destinies. It's upstairs somewhere. With everything that happened with Apollo, I didn't have time for a proper investigation. I can't let that stop me, though. I have to get right... I have to get this right for Miss Wood's sake, and Apollo's too. Alright, here we go. Back to court. December 18th, 9:50 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 5. Court is now in session, day 2. All rise for the judge.
Fancy courtroom.
I know. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question? I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor. I must say I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry, just disappointed. I apologize, Your Honor.
Aww.
Aha! Looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am.
Awesome.
There is a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring during this trial. A separate matter, you say? And what might that be? Apollo. I assume you're aware that another incident occurred at yesterday's trial. I'm speaking, of course, of an assault on Mr. Justice in the ruins of the courtroom number 4. Uh-oh, why is he bringing that up? Because Juniper was not around during part of the testimony, so she doesn't have an alibi.
Oh my god.
That's what he's going to try to do.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, what a truly harrowing experience it must have been. Poor Mr. Justice. At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Miss Juniper Woods. He isn't going where I think he's going with this, is he? The prosecution wishes to indict Miss Woods on the charge of Mr. Justice's assault.
Oh my gosh!
Curse you, Payne!
What a pain he is.
Order! I'll have order in the court. Mr. Payne, the incident under deliberation here is the courtroom building bombing. The assault on Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial. Yes, but I believe there's a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both events occurred in courtroom number 4. This is the location of the courtroom number 4 where the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. So they're doing the diagrams again like Apollo Justice.
Okay.
As you can see, it is quite close to where Detective Arm's body was found. Courtroom diagram added to the court record. The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice? Why indeed? What do you believe their motive is, Mr. Payne? I believe Mr. Justice found something in that courtroom while Miss Woods was with him. Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bomb with the back of the head. Or what? Hit Justice on the back of the head in order to silence him.
Junie would never do such a thing.
Also, she's a frail thing. I doubt she could pick up that rock.
She was devastated when we found Apollo hurt like that.
Miss Sykes, please control your outbursts. It is the prosecution's belief that by deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault, we will draw even closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself. Very well. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice.
Oh my gosh.
What? Why are you listening to Mr. Toupee over there? Although, considering our conversation yesterday...
I think Apollo might have figured out something out.
I wonder what it was.
He told me, I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper.
Maybe the two incidents really are related after all. I would like to start by hearing from the defendant herself. Very well, bailiff, please bring Miss Woods to the witness stand again. She can't get a break. She's been in...
I'm sorry. I can't seem to stop.
Why would breathing the flowers help? Miss Woods, guess she's still really upset about Apollo. Miss Woods, you went to the ruins of the courtroom number 4 with Mr. Justice, did you not?
Yes, I did.
Good, good. If you would then please testify about what happened to the court. Okay, testimony. What in the world is going on?
I don't know.
Sounds like the end of the world outside. 1:08:45. Alone with Apollo. Alright. Okay.
During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Apollo stayed with me, and we went to the courtroom ruins together.
I thought he was back in the hospital.
But then I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4. I swear, I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person?
So Mr. Justice stayed by your side while you were feeling unwell? What an admirable young man. I thought his loud voice was his only outstanding feature. Wait, he has a loud voice?
Well, when he says objection.
Ah.
Yeah. He may look like a little imp at times, sir, darn it, Your Honor, but Apollo can be really nice, too.
I hope she didn't hurt her wrist backhanding that one out.
Yeah, that's kind of mean. Why would you call him a little imp?
But one has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the ruins?
I think Apollo might have figured something out.
Something? What kind of something?
Something to do with the courtroom bombing. Kind of something, I think.
Oh, new evidence for the case, was it? That's a very big kind of something indeed.
His eyes.
I love his eyes. They get all, like, wide and stuff.
I believe so. He mentioned looking for some evidence when I was called away.
Objection!
Just as I thought. There is a connection between the two incidents. But the defendant has told a very big lie, Your Honor. What lie is that? When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy that evidence.
No! I never!
Objection!
Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence. We found proof of her foul deed here in the courtroom ruins.
He wrote Woods?
What on earth? Do you see it there in front of Mr. Justice's right hand? The witness's message he left us. It's written in blood. Woods. Why isn't that? That's right, Your Honor. It says Woods in capital letters.
What?
I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted. Yeah, but they were there in the courtroom. There was no... Wait.
I don't remember that when we went in the cutscene. It didn't have the letters.
Yeah, there was no lettering.
No, that can't be true. Why would Apollo write my name? Oh.
They're doing the Apollo Justice thing again, where a dead body left a message.
Yep.
Except he's not dead.
Mr. Wright, the nerve of him leaving that message. Why would he do this?
Hey, don't take it out on me. I don't understand it any more than you do. When we discovered Apollo yesterday... Apollo!
No! Ah!
We didn't even have a chance to rush over to him. As soon as the security heard Athena scream, they ran into the cordoned off area. I think that's what it is. After that, well, they were in the courtroom number 4 with Apollo the whole time. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves and had to leave everything to the police. Still, I never thought they would find some bloody writing there. Now then, please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Cross-examination. Alone with Apollo.
During the trial yesterday, I was overcome with a fit of coughing.
Hold it!
Do you always cough when you get nervous, Miss Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Wright, please do not make Miss Woods nervous by pressing her ruthlessly. Ah. But that barely even qualified as a quasi-question. I just bit my tongue.
Let's help her relax. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Let's help her relax with a little small talk before we dive into the cross-examination. Phoenix, I mean Mr. Wright. You know, ask her about her hobbies and her crushes and stuff.
Her crushes? Really? I don't know about this. Oh.
Oh, somebody has a crush.
Mm-hmm.
Apollo stayed with me and we went to...
Hold it!
Why exactly did you go to the courtroom ruins?
Oh, we went to look for my medicine to stop my coughing.
Your medicine? Why would your medication be in courtroom number 4?
I dropped it in the heat of the moment. Bomb-wrapped Riney, he was keeping my medicine safe for me. He has a little compartment that I can put things in, you see?
A phony Fanty has the same type of pocket. That's where the bomb was inserted.
I had put my medicine for coughing fits inside Bumrap Riney. When I told Apollo about it, he said he'd help me go look for him. There was so much rubble in there, I was worried, but there was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. So when we got inside, Apollo went straight there and started looking for my Riney in that area. It was so nice of him to do that for me, in spite of all his injuries. Apollo is so strong and kind and just like the trees of the forest.
The way she makes him sound, you'd think Apollo was some kind of ancient god. Oh, wait. So that's why you went to the ruins. I see. That seems to be quite an important fact. Please add it to your testimony, Miss Woods. I mean, can't they tell she likes him? Why would she try to kill him?
Apollo started looking for Bumrap Riney near the witness stand.
Alright, the area around the witness stand. Are you sure about that?
I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong?
No, of course not. I was just testing my hearing. Must not upset her.
Yes, I'm sure that's where we searched first. But when I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony...
Well, that's when you were called to the stand after Mr. Tonate's testimony, right?
Yes, the bailiff came to courtroom number 4 and brought me back to this courtroom.
And what about Mr. Justice? Did he come with you, or did he just stay behind?
Apollo insisted on staying behind.
Better not ask her about Apollo. I know. I'll use some small talk here to get her to relax a bit. Do you have any hobbies, Miss Woods?
Hobbies? Oh, well, I love growing vegetables in my garden, and I love to knit, and I like sewing too, and I made this outfit myself. Keep it up, Mr. Wright. It's working. Now ask her if she has a crush on anyone.
So, is there anyone in particular you like right now? Mr. Wright, is that the question even remotely related to this case? To this case? Not really. Mr. Wright, you'll take your dating thing outside of this courtroom, please. Refrain from asking questions unrelated to this case. Also, I think she's much younger than you, so it's a bit creepy. I mean, my wife is younger than me, but not that much younger. Sorry, Your Honor. -1 to brownie points. You lonely slob. Miss Woods, please continue with your testimony. You should have married that shrine girl, fool. I believe you were telling the court about your attack on Mr. Justice.
I swear I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person?
So, you think Mr. Justice is kind?
Yes, very kind. He rescued me. He's like the sun. Strong and warm. He makes me feel strong too.
The only adjectives I associate with sun are sweltering and oppressive.
But then Apollo got hurt and it's all my fault! Oh! Junie, Apollo's gonna be fine. He's just like the sun, right? Well, the sun doesn't just drop out of the sky. You really think he'll be fine?
Oh, I get it, because Apollo is a Greek name, isn't it? So the
Apollo
whole god
is the sun
thing.
god.
Sun god. Okay, yep.
Yeah.
But the sun does go down at night.
Oh no! Then that means Apollo could... Oh!
Mr. Payne, I do not think much of men who make young ladies cry.
So Apollo was trying to help Juniper. Who knew that Apollo could be such a sweetheart?
Uh-oh, a love triangle between Athena and Juniper and Apollo. It must have been pretty hard on him, too, with all that rubble everywhere.
Now that I think about it, there's something odd about what Apollo was able to do.
You know, considering what Miss Woods said just now, I think you're right. The courtroom was in a very unusable state after that. Which leaves the million-dollar question, what would explain this contradiction? Anyway, let's see what happens when I present what I suspect is your answer. Our answer.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have to present something. What?
Well, what do we have? We have the stuffed animal, we have the tail, which we already presented, we have the bomb, we have the photograph with the writing, and we have the diagram of the court.
120.
So, I mean, either that writing really happened or somebody wrote it later. It wasn't. Also, one thing just myself I was noticing is they said she knocked him out when she was there, but the bailiff came and got her. So that means that when the bailiff got her, she couldn't have done it because he saw that he was clearly... The bailiff would have noticed if he was on the ground. So that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I would say I don't think there's any way that writing could be real. I think that those positions in that diagram are incorrect. There's no way that could have happened.
Nope.
I don't think she could have...
What would you like me to present then? What statement?
Well, let's see. She said that her little thing was near the witness stand. There was no rubble there. Let's see if the diagram shows rubble or if there's any contradiction in that.
So
yeah, I'm going to present the diagram there because I think there's a contradiction. Because I think there's something wrong. Let's see, what does it say? So the witness stand is there. She said there's no rubble. Well, there is rubble, but...
There's no rubble in the witness stand, though.
Yeah, there's no rubble. I guess we can just try it. I don't know if I can save or...
Alright, we'll try it.
Because I don't know... I don't think that those words were written.
So, he started his search with the witness stand, you say? Alright, present diagram. Okay.
I don't see how he could have written her name. I think somebody did that.
Okay. Alright. Oh, good job, guys, on the likes. Let's go with 160 likes. Next goal. Alright. Alright. So, he started his search with the witness stand, you say?
That's right. I guess maybe he wanted to start from the furthest point in the room. He was being so brave and strong.
But that's odd. Under the circumstances, he shouldn't have been able... Wow. Under the circumstances, he shouldn't have been capable of that.
But he was, and still is. He might not look it, but he really is brave and kind, too.
No, that's not the part I'm finding fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo. What you are claiming is something that no one should have been able to do. But I would think that anyone could be brave enough, kind if they wanted to, Mr. Wright. Like I at home like to grab the glasses that are up high for my tiny wife. That makes me kind and brave. Okay, Your Honor. Anyone can be brave and kind, I suppose, but if you would please take a look at this diagram. I don't think that has any relevance to this case. With the courtroom in this state, how was it possible to walk up to the witness stand?
Oh!
I see your point. The rubble blocks off access to the area around the witness stand.
Oh, yeah.
Does such a tiny inconsistency even matter? Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering it. Great, now I'm not so sure it matters. A real man doesn't make mountains out of molehills, you know. Be quiet, Mr. Toupee, but that's precisely what Mr. Wright does best. I call slander, Your Honor. So, was it really impossible to approach the witness stand? I have to say it's a bit hard to tell if anyone's accuracy from just this diagram. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos of the crime scene? Yeah, let me see, Your Honor. Yes! I have one more. Here it is. It's a more pulled-back version of the photo I presented before. Apollo's assault photo added to the court record.
There is rubble there, though. You can see it.
Huh? What's that hunk of metal on the wheels? Mr. Payne, is the metallic object in that photo Mr. Tonate's bomb transport case? That's right. Is there a problem? Yes, that transport case was there in the courtroom number 4 when the bomb went off. It must have been there ever since.
Oh, that's it.
Miss Woods, have you remembered something?
Yes, I just realized its position is different from before.
Its position? The position of what?
The position of that big metal thing.
The bomb transport case?
Yes, when Apollo and I went there, it was in a different place. Where the cases in the photo was open space, so it was easy to search the stand.
I see. So there was a transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it?
As I recall, I think it was more to the right.
To the right? Then that means, in that case, the case over there at the time of Apollo's attack... Who cares where the transport case was and when? What difference does it make? It has nothing at all to do with what we're talking about. Ah!
Objection!
Where the transport case has everything to do with this discussion. In fact, it's so important that it's enough to turn the prosecution's argument on its ear.
Whoa.
What? Well, that certainly sounds very relevant indeed. And you sound as though you know where the case was the time of the attack. Yes, Your Honor. The diagram represents the crime scene as shown in the photo. And this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault on Mr. Justice. All right, I have the bomb transport case was here at the time of Apollo's attack.
She said it was to the right. So it would have been over the woods, woods.
Over the word? Okay.
Yeah, it would have been covering that.
Take that!
Your Honor, I assert that this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault. But that's... inconceivable! That's right, Hairdo. Miss Woods was where the transport case was when we saw it.
Yes, that's where it was.
Thank you, Miss Woods. I'm sure the court has noted an interesting fact about this position. The transport case covers up the writing in blood. Exactly. If the transport case was in that position at the time of the assault, then the message could have been written there because the case was in the way. Which leads us to conclude that Mr. Justice couldn't have left that bloody writing. Why should we believe the defendant's claim that the case was in a different position? She's obviously lying.
Objection!
The fact that the case was moved after the assault on Mr. Justice is proved by more than Miss Wood's testimony alone. What? And where is your proof they're talking about? It's right here in the crime photo. I'm keen to see this proof myself, Mr. Wright. What in this photo indicates that the transport case was moved after the assault? Right. Present crime scene photo. Whew. Alright.
What indicates it was moved after the assault?
I mean, it has wheels. Prove. What proves?
Oh, I see it. You can see it was
There's
moved after
tracks.
the assault. Look at the bandages of Apollo. They're lying on the floor. You can see the mark of the wheels went over the bandages.
So
that
then,
means it was it was happened after he.
after he was hit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Yep. There you go. Yep, I think that's correct.
Please take a look at the mark that runs over Mr. Justice's bandages here. I see it, but what is it? This mark was made by one of the casters from the transport case carrying the bomb. As the case was moved, it ran over this bandage. In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice. Then after Mr. Justice was assaulted, the transport case was moved.
Cool.
Just as Miss Wood said, the case was covering the writing at the time of the assault. Therefore, it's impossible for Mr. Justice to have left that message in blood. No!
Oh my gosh. So somebody framed her.
You did it, boss. It was a real nail biter, but you pulled it off, Mr. Wright.
I'm sorry, speak English. Yup, that should bring down the prosecution's claim like a house of cards. Order! Order in the court, Mr. Wright. That was very clever deduction. Ah, it was nothing, Your Honor. Nothing but pure genius. Take that!
Boss, I'm sensing a definite smug and braggy vibe coming from you.
I have just one question, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. If Mr. Justice didn't leave this message in blood, then who did? Huh?
What?
Oh! Well, looks like I should have taken that train of thought thorough to the last station. Well, I've heard a lot about this. So, this is Mr. Wright's famous bluffing technique, is it? Oh, yes, this feeling, it brings back memories of the old days. Back when you carved out a name for yourself by bluffing your way through thick and thin.
Gee, Mr. Wright, the judge kind of makes you sound no better than a two-bit con man.
You made your argument with such confidence, Mr. Wright. Now I'd like to hear your answer with just as much confidence. Hey, until the judge asks the question, you didn't catch on either, Buster.
Well, what now, boss?
I hope you didn't bluff your way into a corner, fool. Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way through this. I have to dig on my way to the truth somehow. Who would have written that message in blood?
Let's see, the culprit, Apollo, or someone else. Well, we know Apollo didn't do it.
No, Apollo didn't do it.
I mean, why would the culprit still be hanging around the scene?
Someone else.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with someone else. I don't know who, though. Oh, we have profiles here. Okay, we have... we have Mr. Payne. We have... Woods, Miss Woods. We have, the orange-haired girl that I couldn't remember what... Athena. We have... And then we have a glasses dude, and we have one other lady. I don't know who that is.
The dead lady?
The victim in this case, a detective was heading to the investigation into a bomb incident. Victim in this detective was heading up the investigation.
I would say it's the cop. I'm good with him.
Yeah, if you want to. I don't know who it is.
So Apollo's 23
I mean, it's
now.
it's not Apollo. It's not Athena.
No, she did.
It could be Mr. Payne.
Mr. Payne! The prosecuting attorney, the younger brother of another prosecutor I know. This one lacks presence, too. I'm gonna say this guy.
Okay.
Take that!
The person that left the bloody writing? And what do you base this claim on? Do I really need to base my claim on something?
Boss!
Of course you do! Don't tell me you don't have anything at all to back up your assertion. Nothing in particular, really. That won't do, Mr. Wright, but a penalty will make you, make up for your deficiency very nicely.
So it wasn't Apollo or his attacker. When you think about who was at the crime scene, there's only one other person who it could really be.
Oh yeah, wasn't there another person who shed blood at the crime scene? If it wasn't Apollo who could have left the bloody message, yeah, but it indicts the girl. If she wrote the name, okay, well, alright.
I don't know what to say.
Take that!
Alright, to be honest, I don't actually have any real proof of this. But I've come this far, there's no turning back now. Besides Apollo, there was one other person who shed blood at this crime scene. A person who shed blood? You don't mean... Oh, but I do. I believe it was Candace Arm who left behind this message in blood. What? Wait, you just now indicted your client for murder!
What? Detective Arm? Are you sure you know what you're doing here, Mr. Wright?
Not really.
Objection!
What kind of ridiculous assertion is that? If you had said the attacker left the message to throw people off, it might have made sense. At first glance, that would seem to be the most reasonable explanation. However, Apollo didn't shed enough blood to write such an extensive message. Oh! I see. Even the photo makes it clear there wasn't enough blood to write all those letters. And Mr. Justice did survive, so I suppose he didn't bleed very extensively in that case. But why would Detective Arm write the defendant's name? There's also no connection between the two whatsoever.
And I didn't even know the lady who was killed.
I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim or the defendant. They had never ever met before. That's very true. Well then, let's see. Then maybe the intended meaning of the message is not what it appears to be. The intended message? What?
Not what it appears to be.
Maybe the message was not intended to be Woods? Coming from you, that's quite the bold statement, Mr. Wright. You wish to assert that this bloody writing could have some other meaning? Yes, Your Honor. I think so. For something I pulled out of a wormhole, it could turn out to be true, right?
Objection!
It clearly says Woods, you idiot! As anyone can plainly see who can read writing! What other meaning could it possibly have?
Objection!
But Candace Arm was a detective. Maybe Woods only means something to the police. Like a police scanner code, for example. I don't think of that. Heh! You may have tricked His Honor, but you'll never get that best of me. Phoniex fool, I have a thing for studying on the weekends, as you may have already guessed. And there's no such radio code as Woods in this state, dear Mr. Wright. Is that a fact?
Don't look at me. I know as much as you do about police codes.
Darn it! Enough of this conjecture. I was quite taken with the defense's new theory, but now, if they can't substantiate it with anything, then I must end things here. No, please wait, Your Honor. I'm still coming up with things randomly to spout. Very well, but before we discuss this theory any further, I demand a plausible explanation. So, Mr. Wright, what is the true meaning of this bloody writing? Well, I believe it's... No stalling! If you can't come up with an answer quickly, I'll declare this discussion officially over. I'm in trouble now. What other meaning could it have besides the obvious one? Maybe it means something in another language, or maybe it's code? Think, Phoniex, you can do this! Which piece of evidence will tell us what the word really means, Phoniex Wright?
Why do they keep saying code? Something with a code on it with 2 zeros.
Present. We're definitely getting the runaround here. Alright, let's examine some of the evidence.
Yeah. That has 2 zeros.
Doesn't say Woods, though.
Well, I mean, if you...
It has 2 zeros, though.
If you got rid of the top of the 5 and added a line and then...
No, that still doesn't spell Woods.
It'd be stretching.
Because there's ones in between, but it actually has zeros in it. Is there anything else? No, that's a photo. That says Woods. That is the time. Oh, we can't actually look at the timer. Can't look at that. Can look at the stuffed animal. Guilty. It has to be this. It's the only thing that has zeros in it. Well, let's see if we can pull this out of our butt.
No one lives forever.
The bomb transport case? I've about had it up to here with your shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Take a look at the numbers on this case, Your Honor. I am going somewhere with this. L10015R. Doesn't the string look vaguely familiar? L100. What does that have to do with anything, Mr. Wright? Ha! What could those numbers possibly have to do with this case at hand?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, please take a look at the bloody writing shown in the crime photo.
Doesn't look the same.
It doesn't.
Oh, I think I see it, maybe. Sure.
That a girl. That's one on my side.
Sure.
It says Woods, Phoniex Wright. Even I can read. No, Your Honor. It's, you could say it's a horse of a different color, Your Honor. The first character isn't W, it's actually an L, and a 1. The next two are zeros. Oh, my goodness. The true meaning behind the bloody writing isn't Miss Wood's name. It's the number engraved on this bomb transport case.
What?
What are you talking about? The next part doesn't even make any sense. The next number is 1, but the bloody writing says D, you idiot.
Objection!
Oh.
Name calling won't get you anywhere, but the number on the case and the bloody writing can be made to match up quite easily. This is how the number of the transport case can be made to match the bloody writing. What? Read it backwards.
Read it backwards,
Erase
one
two
line,
lines.
erase 2 lines. Well, you'd have to erase at least 2 lines, because you'd have to erase something at the beginning and something at the end to make the beginning look
This
like
is
a
a
W.
very confusing, like, tutorial courtroom thing.
Well, erase 2 lines, but how would... But
all
how
right.
would they read them?
Whoops.
I don't know. Well, what did you put?
Please erase the third downward stroke of the W and the carved part of D. Well, would you look at that? Who had Photoshop ready to do this? L1001S.
Lewis?
No, Your Honor! It isn't meant to be read as a word! It's the number L10015, which, if you take the final R away, is the exact same number that's on the bomb transport case.
Objection!
Ha! Erase 2 lines and they match up, you say? Well, I can change anything into anything else simply by erasing 2 lines. What if we erase 2 lines from your name? Would you be happy, Mr. Raw? Right? Well, would you, Mr. Raw? The only right spelling is right! Okay, I'm doing pretty well here, I think. I've drawn the right conclusion. Maybe. Detective Arm's real message to us is the bomb transport case number. Your Honor, the 2 lines were added by the real culprit to intentionally mislead people. What? The original message Detective Arm left behind was the transport case number. But whoever assaulted Apollo changed the message.
If you're right, boss, then what do you suppose Detective Arm was trying to tell us?
Good question. What does this number represent? The bomb case, you idiot. Do you see the number here? That is my identification number. Candace Arm lost her life in the courtroom bombing. Her dying message could only have had one purpose. No! Yes! To tell us the name of the one responsible for the bombing.
Whoa!
Well, don't keep us in suspense, Mr. Wright. Tell us who was trying Don't keep us in suspense, Mr. Wright. Tell us who she was trying to name. The culprit that the victim was trying to identify is none other than the Robot Man.
Yeah, I hope he goes down.
The defense wishes to indict Mr. Ted Tonate on the charge of courtroom bombing. Ted Tonate? Apparently, disabling bombs isn't Mr. Tonate's only speciality. Somehow, the victim must have realized he was the bomber. She then was caught in the blast. She left this bomb transport case number as her dying message. She used Mr. Tonate's own ID number to finger him for the crime.
Whoa.
Why would anyone go out of their way to write an ID number? Wouldn't they simply write the person's name? He's got a good point there. What do you have to say, Mr. Wright? That only Detective Arm would know the answer to that, but allow me to offer a theory. Perhaps Detective Arm couldn't recall Mr. Tonate's name in the heat of the moment. As I recall, this was the first meeting between the two. It's entirely possible they wouldn't have been familiar with each other.
Or maybe using the ID number was a way to hide its true meaning from the real culprit, thus lowering the odds that they would erase the bloody writing.
Yeah, let's go with that. But no matter what the reason, the important thing is the meaning behind her message. The fact remains she wrote Mr. Tonate's ID number.
Objection!
Now, just one moment there, fool. There hasn't been any proof yet that it was indeed Detective Arm who wrote it. The bloody writing wasn't found during the investigation after the blast. If Detective Arm had left the message, it should have been found at that time.
Objection!
Hold it! Naturally, Mr. Toenaid hid it before anyone could discover it. And there's simply a simple explanation for how he was able to do so. What? Mr. Toenaid was able to cover the message out because the stickler for details. First to find the body, wearing those weird goggles.
So the goggles probably aren't part of it. The stickler for details is just a personality trait. He must have been the first there, so he could have moved it first before anyone saw it. But then why did the prosecution move it back? Like...
I would think it'd be first to find the body.
Yeah, that's what I think.
One second.
I'm just gonna check my...
I'm gonna go with first to find the body. The first person to discover the bloody writing was Mr. Toenaid himself. I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. I went there to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body. When Mr. Toenaid saw that the victim had written his ID number, he used the bomb transport case to cover up the bloody writing as a stopgap measure.
Oh, that's why the message in blood was under the transport case.
He didn't have enough time to try and scrub away the writing. If he didn't report the body right away, he would look suspicious. So those letters lived on to serve another function. When Mr. Toenaid used them in another incident... Oh, the assault on Mr. Justice! Exactly. Mr. Toenaid hit upon a plan to use bloody writing for his own purposes. So he didn't clean it away. Instead, he made it look like Mr. Justice wrote it, by adding 2 lines to the writing that Detective Arm left behind. He changed the meaning of the message! He made it look like Mr. Justice was accusing Miss Woods of the attack.
So that means...
The only person who could have altered the bloody writing was a courtroom bomber, who was the same person that assaulted Mr. Justice. And that person is Ted Toenaid! Yeah! Kwing has to do girl voice. Yeah, Amber left for a minute. Order in the court! Order, I say! It looks like we'll have to hear from the bomb specialist himself. Mr. Payne, please have Mr. Toenaid take the witness stand. Yes, Your Honor.
That was great, Mr. Wright.
Just doing what I do best, bluffing my way to victory, which is flying by the seat of my pants. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try. I've finally drawn Mr. Toenaid back onto the witness stand. Looks like you'll get your wish, Goggle Man. Now watch me take your lies apart.
Did I miss anything?
Yep. But we're gonna call it here because I gotta get ready for the next stream.
Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have gotten tea at the end.
It's okay.
Whoops.
I need to get something to eat real quick.
Your girl voice sounded great.
My girl voice sounded great. Let's go with that. Alright, guys, so we got a cliffhanger. I already saved my progress. I don't know why it's having me save again. Okay. Whew!
Great job, girl voice, Luke.
Alright, guys, here's how it's going down. You guys want this series to continue? 1,000 views is required by tomorrow morning. We are ending the stream a little bit more with views than yesterday. We're at 650. So yesterday we were around 500 and something, so this is the best we can do. Because we gotta get up not Ace Attorney. Final Fantasy has to start relatively soon. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the super chats. If you guys want more Ace Attorney Apollo Justice, then 1,000 views is required. So as soon as this video is archived, refresh it, and it should count as a new view. You guys have until 7 in the morning to get 1,000 views on this stream. Alright? Sound good? Thank you everybody for watching. Head on over to Final Fantasy. After 40 likes, that stream will begin. So, I'm gonna rest my voice, get some tea, and then see you guys for Final Fantasy. Alright guys, God bless, happy gaming, thanks so much for watching.
See ya!